Here we are again, a new day of recording, and the tornadoes are only an hour away.
That's how you can tell we're from Oklahoma. Tornado Alley. Continue to enhance our content with lots of ambient rain sounds in the background while we're talking.
Has it ever been hailing while we've recorded?
Surely sometime it did. Well, we'll complain about it if it hails today. Fortunately, tornado season only has about another 5 weeks left. That's a lot of Mayuri deaths, come to think of it.
Glad we're starting the recording off with such a happy attitude.
We're the Bittersweet Gamers, always cheerful.
I'm Wee Square.
I'm the Opinionator. Get off my lawn, you dirty rats. So in episode 34, Nilly Nush wrote, basically my personal feelings. These moments are always me just yelling at my screen going, stop building the machine! Hindsight is crazy because you can see shit going to a dark place, but you just have to let the story happen. You can't help the characters. I agree completely. Obviously, we've been yelling, quit it! What are you people doing? You're all a bunch of fools! But we don't really want them to stop. It wouldn't be the story if they didn't.
But that doesn't mean it won't irritate us.
Well, I mean, yes, that is the approach that we take. The way that I look at it, which I'm not sure we've really ever talked about this, I don't like experiencing entertainment passively. I like experiencing it actively.
You wring every last ounce of enjoyment out of the entertainment you consume.
Kind of.
I agree, by the way, with that approach.
This is kind of like my way of being involved in the story that I'm going through by making myself a participant by telling people to quit being dumb. But of course I understand what the characters have been going through, and of course I understand why Okabe cannot keep calm and is constantly blaming himself. But in a way, me saying this stuff is also sort of like my feelings to encourage him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I realize that it doesn't actually affect anything.
A sort of, if we didn't care, we wouldn't get angry?
Yeah.
Something like that? Like, I'm only scolding you because I expect better of you?
That's right, Daru.
Daru approves.
You would, you jerk. Anyway, speaking of telling characters what to do, let's go.
そこで改めて私に事情を説明して。
I just did. There's a storm on the way and we're recording and... Oh, wait, she's not talking to me.
Yeah, what she wants you to do is just briefly summarize what happened in the last episode. She doesn't care about our circumstances. She don't care about no storm. We're all a bunch of fake people on the other side of the screen. We're like 2D or something.
Daru approves?
Not even engaging with that.
Well, what happened last episode was... Mayuri died. A lot.
We've been told that in the original game, the original visual novel, that you go through each one of those deaths. Personally, I think it's a big loss that you don't in Steins Gate Elite.
Yeah.
I get that it's because they weren't animated and the graphical footage for this game comes from the anime, so they would have had to have spent a lot of money to produce those. It's just not practical, but it is sad. You really would feel the exhaustion, the frustration, not just frustration at the situation, but also frustrated that Okabe is throwing himself into it like kind of the same way so wholeheartedly. Like, it would produce a lot of negative emotions that I think are really part of the intended experience. Like, we just feel beat up, and by the end, it's just like, forget it. And Okabe right now is like, forget it.
It'd be easier to empathize with Okabe.
Yeah, when he goes to smash the phone wave, it's easy for us to say, you'll never save him if you do that, calm down, I know you're mad at it, but if we had gone through all those plans seeing Mayuri die over and over again, we would have wanted him to do it too before stopping ourselves.
Yeah, and just taking that out, just a sad choice. As the player, I want to be desensitized to Mayuri's death.
Alright, we're done complaining about Steins Gate Elite.
As I was saying, Okabe realized that the world is out to kill Mayuri, and with his limited capabilities, there was nothing he could do. So now, he's asking the only other person who could possibly be able to help him, that he knows of because he doesn't know Suzuha's a time traveler, but I digress. He swallowed his pride, completely dropped the Chuni, and was just like, Kurisu, help me.
We also found out about the Rounders. Technically, I guess they're not CERN assassins or some such, but...
Well, current evidence would dictate otherwise.
As expected, they are going around rounding up all the IBN 5100s and will happily kill whoever gets in their way. Actually, that's not entirely true. For a variety of reasons, but enough about that for now. That's where we are. Let's see if we can get to a better place. Though anything would be better than watching Mayushi get killed repeatedly by the ethereal anger of causality.
Oh.
Cruel, pointless, faceless. Kurisu's right, so is Billy, and Damon's more or less correct, I guess, but mainly the other two. It is important to devise a plan. Up until now, my actions have been random, though kind of well thought out. I mean, I did the best I could while I was in the emotional state I was in, and they've gotten me nowhere. Maybe if I prepare myself better, I might start to enact some change. There's no law that tells me I have to go back 3 or 4 hours every time.
Iko.
Suzuha has been warning him this whole time, but she's still the only person that can help him. But I'm still not positive that she's not the person kind of responsible ultimately for everything. I don't mean that in a sense of wills, but in a sense of it's just the way that it happened. But I'm totally basing that on the beginning of the game. As I've said 5,000 times. Shut up, Damon. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Can you take credit for that?
If not me, then who?
So, we're back at the party.
マユリ本人はともかく、橋田にも話さないの？
必要になったら話す。
Because he's probably the least reliable person here.
And it's certainly not necessary right now. Besides, I don't have time to explain. Also, guys, sorry, horrible things are gonna happen to you as soon as my memories leave. I've already turned the 42-inch CRT on.
住居侵入罪で逮捕されるわよ。
I've already experienced worse. What do you want?
どうせ過去に戻れば今のはなかったことになる。
It's possible that he's not leaving a trail of broken world lines behind him. It all depends on how it works.
The way they talk about everything rewriting, it does kind of seem like it's the same world.
But Tider even said you create a new world line.
Yeah, but
there is also the thing that Mayushi said in that one dream at the beginning of Earth where she mentioned the original Okarin and the original Mayushi. But we just don't know, but since Tider has said that it creates a new world line, this is actually probably a relevant detail for the story, I would imagine. I'm not going to argue with whatever they say.
Right.
Fundamentally speaking, it's all metaphysical anyway, isn't it? In addition to being fictional. I don't have a dog in this fight. Because I'm a cat person.
Very good. Now move on, Damon.
Okay.
そっか。あんたの主観じゃそうなるわけだ。私の主観だとどうなるんだろう。あんたが飛んだ後、ここはどうなる？
Well.
Speak of the devil, and the devil appears. Also, this is a big tension-breaking moment. Like the fact that they're smiling, and Kurisu is really being kind here, really reaching out to help him. I mean, the hand scene.
Mm-hmm. She can really tell that this is serious.
And she actually
dropped everything.
Yeah, and she actually cares. But how much more tension would this relieve if we had endured the never-ending miasma of watching Mayuri die?
The meaningless miasma of Mayushi's murders.
Wow, that was pretty good!
そのデータもすぐに取れる。
The only answer that is true. Also, and I really will shut up, I promise, after this.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if they fix all of it, if the nature of the multiverse in Steins Gate involves parallel world lines from A, B, splits. If you go back far enough, you actually stop those potential splits from ever occurring. By going back and creating like another,
I see.
like primordial AB split or something.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
I've played a lot of Zero Escape. But what about the body I leave behind? Okay. Glad they're bringing this up. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, like those two jokers on the other side of the screen, reading the lines in my head. But now, I don't really care.
Just like those two jokers on the... No, I'm just kidding.
All that matters is saving Mayuri.
Doshita?
考えたら思考がループしちゃってた。
Yeah?
D メールのような状態になるかもしれない。
The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Thanks to reading Steiner, only I remember what it was like before the change.
その方が楽だけど、悔しくもある。
データを観測できないからか？
そういうこと。転送先は5時間前にしておいた。つまり午後1時40分くらい。覚えてる？私がタイムリープマシーンを完成させたのは2時過ぎだった。
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. That's a good point. If you need to be able to use the time leap machine to fix any mistakes, they can't go back any further. Like they can,
but then they would have to wait and catch up.
They would still have to make sure the machine gets built, or he could never do anything again.
You're right.
So, like, this is something of a hard limit unless he is trying to make things go the same way.
Unless they have, like, a big plan.
Even still, that plan would require all of these circumstances to happen close to the way they did so that they would complete the time leap machine. Ah! I barely remember. It might be a mere 5-hour difference for Kurisu, but since I've lived through it over and over again, 2 o'clock feels like it was hundreds of hours ago.
時間にルーズな男は嫌われる。感謝しなさいよ。私は時計をよく見る癖があって、何時に何があったかは結構覚えてるの。
Kurisu finishes typing and turns to face me.
いい、岡部。タイムリープマシンを使うなら、これだけは覚えておいて。
Probably what we were just talking about.
携帯電話は絶対に手放さないこと。
Oh, yeah!
それはあんたの生命線。局所場指定のマーカーなの。
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
If you don't answer the phone, then the time leap does not work. Better keep that thing charged up.
それさえ持ち続けていれば、どの時間へも跳躍はできる。でももし手放してしまって誰かに使われたら。
Weird stuff is gonna happen. Maybe you just overwrite their mind, which seems preposterous to me, but that's okay, whatever, and turn them into a reading Steiner capable Okarin in Ruka's body.
What is this, the final plot of Danganronpa 2?
Then, if I leap to that time, my memories could somehow overwrite theirs. I don't want to imagine what might happen next.
あるいは充電が切れたり壊されたりしたら。
Then I won't be able to leap to that time. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number, but there will still be a period of time to which I can never leap.
タイムリープは成功しない。だから絶対に携帯を手放しちゃダメ。
Since they're bringing it up,
it's definitely going to be a plot point.
At least one is going to fail, even if it's only in a bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
了解だ。
Or he'll lose his phone, and someone will get his phone. In fact, it may even be that they have to time leap to somebody who has his phone just so they can find it.
And give it back to him?
I have no idea.
今日の昼間にタイムリープしたら 2時に私がマシンを完成させるまでは、あんたは特別なことはしてはいけない。
I'm really just pointing out Chekhov's smoking toy ray gun.
これが完成しないと、きっとこの時間までの流れが大きく変わってしまう。完成したらすぐに実験はしないって宣言して全員解散させて。
Isn't that what happened, though? Is that not exactly what happened?
Still wonder if there's something to that.
それから私に声をかけてくれればいい。未来から来たって言われれば、多分私は信じる。
Okay.
Thank you so much! We've only been yelling about that forever. In context, she's like, no, that I'll probably believe you with a little bit of questioning.
なんでわかる？
Dude.
私のことは私が一番よく知ってる。
She sussed it out on her own.
That's an interesting question.
Who knows me better than myself?
Well, that is also a super interesting question, but that's not the one I was going to point out.
Oh.
Billy, what would you do if somebody appeared, or like if I appeared and told you that I was from the future? Or somebody else?
Well, if the context was we'd been working on a time machine, I would probably be more likely to believe that.
But you just think it was a joke otherwise, right?
Normally, yes. But I'm pretty sure because you know me so well, and I do know you so well, you might be able to convince me. Because you know what lines won't work on me.
There is that.
そもそも電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
Mad skills.
Excellent. Also, as a note about the Japanese, the way she said that, my mad skills is an excellent translation in context.
さっきあんたからタイムリープしてきたって言われた時は自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えた。何の疑問もなくね。
Feeds into my own ego, she says. I see. Guess that does make sense.
念のためにキーワードを決めておきましょう。
Didn't we talk about this exact same thing?
We did, yeah. Many episodes ago.
私の今一番欲しいものはマイフォークである。
From that mail!
That's... But she didn't ask about the fork after the world line shift. She just asked about the ramen, remember? Ah, but because she didn't put it in the email, there's no way Okarin could know about it. So that's how she's going to prove to herself that it's time travel involved. Because in this world line, she didn't ask about getting a fork.
Come, let us discuss in which parallel world and time did she talk about wanting a fork! Seriously, I don't even remember at this point if when we mentioned the catchphrase to let somebody know that they traveled through time even made it into the video in the end. Now I'm just going crazy.
なに？
あ、いや、別に意味なんてないからな。
マイフォークが欲しいのか？
We know what you mean, my fork. Christina the fork.
マイスプーンはもう持ってるからってそこに興味持つな。
You know what that just said?
What?
In the end, I am a teenage girl.
Yep.
はいはい、準備できた。いつでも行ける。気をつけて。私はいつだってあんたの味方よ。
Suzuha just slowly rises up behind him. Don't trust Maki-se.
I don't know, man. I don't know. These are just those lines that you put in when you're trying... I don't buy it. I mean, I do, but I don't, you know. Man, he really made an impression on her. More than we thought. These sensations never get any easier to endure. I mean, really, have you ever had your brain poked full of holes? Go try it and tell me how you feel. Oh, you can't, because you poked your brain full of holes, you'll be dead! Yeah, just like that. How accurate. Have you done this before?
Huh?
I look at the clock. It's 1:46. What was I doing then? The time leap machine will be finished in about 15 minutes. What a view that I did not want. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait.
Okari, ちょっと来て。
Flap!
It is Flap!
これをね、持っててくれないかな。こうして、ピローンって広げて。
Spread it out like flap!
I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out like Flap.
ありがとう。できた！
This feels like a long time ago.
Right?
I said something here, didn't I? What was it? Oh, I can't remember. How am I supposed to remember that?
クリスちゃんより先にできたよ。競争してたんだ。負けたわ、まゆり。お見事ね。でも、こっちももう終わりよ。完成。
Good thumbs up from Daru. All right, that's my cue. What was it? Ahem.
実験はしない。
Everyone leave.
Instead of like having to think about it, he's just like, okay, we ain't doing this. Everyone get out.
He wants as much time as possible to plan.
Can't get any more than this. Crap. Was that too soon? Too out of nowhere? Too unexplained?
いきなり全否定とか。私が何のために苦労して作ったと思ってんのよ。
Everybody leave, you stay here and I'll tell you.
タイムリープには問題が山積みだ。その点についてじっくり検証したい。
Isn't that kind of what you just said? Like, I want to talk about it with you?
I was more thinking that her response to this is, who are you and where is Okabe Rintarou?
へえ、あんたにしてはまともな意見だな。
Oh, there you go.
何が問題なのかな。完成したんじゃないの？
It is done, and it's wonderful. Mayushi, I love you. Go the heck out of my house and charge your phone and tell me where you're going.
詳しくは後日説明する。今日はみんな疲れているだろうから解散にしよう。
Look, Mayuri, you finished your costume like Flap. Yay! It's so great. Why don't you go talk to Fubuki at Starbucks about your costume? Stay there for, looks at watch, 3.5 hours.
完成祝いにちょっとでもパーッとやったりしないの？
No, go home. Ferris is at X location. Go now.
それも後日だ。
I mean, if that alone wasn't suspicious enough to arouse her curiosity.
Yes.
何？
不満か？
ええ。
Probably because I shot her down right after she finished the time leap machine. Her crowning success as a scientist. She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications.
俺は5時間後から来た。
何の冗談？
睨むな。お前言っていることが全然違うではないか。何が未来から来たと言われれば多分信じるだ。
睨むな。
は？何そのバカっぽいセリフ。
5時間後のお前が言ったんだぞ。
捏造しないで。私が 多分信じるみたいな論理性皆無の発言するわけないでしょ。
My fork!
I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu. She and I are going to have a long talk about the detailed meaning of tsundere. If this is how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word. You'd better go back and check it for accuracy, but I guess you can't because that's 5 hours in the future, and you can't go there.
I don't think fact-checking works that way.
Well, I'm still right.
タイムリープが成功したことを聞かされたお前は、何の疑問もなく自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えた。とも言った。そもそも、電話レンジを改良して、タイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
My mad skills!
私はそんな、なのだぜみたいな話し方しない。
You most definitely did, Nanodaze!
お前が今一番欲しいものは、マイフォークである。
である! Remind me to speak English, please.
Speak English, please.
Yes, sir.
マイスプーンはすでに持っているそうだな。
The look on his face is glorious.
そんなことまで話したのか？恨むぞ、5時間後の私。
That's the weirdest suicide threat I've ever heard.
Is it suicide threat or a homicide threat?
Depends on how you look at it.
Whatever's going on there, I ain't gonna touch with a 10-foot pole. You crazy. Either way, it seems she believes me now.
心の中を覗き見されたような気分よ。しかもよりによって岡部にと。
What does she think I'm going to do? I didn't come from the future to flirt.
あんたの言うこと信じてよさそうね。詳しく聞かせて。
I explain everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time.
なるほどね。あんたの言うことが事実なら、かなりまずい状況だな。
Understatement.
There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then.
5時間後の私は、時間順序保護仮説かもって言ってたらしいけど、それともちょっと違う気がする。あの仮説は、因果率が狂う恐れがあるから、タイムトラベルの可能性は量子論により否定されるっていうものよ。
However, if that were true, we wouldn't have a game called Steins Gate about time-traveling teenagers.
That makes way too much sense.
でも、タイムリープの場合、タイムパラドックスはそもそも起きない。
Mostly. 2 of me don't exist in the same universe at the same time. And I can't bring anything with me to the past. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe.
やはり世界の意志だ。宇宙そのものが検閲をするかのように、俺が歪ませた事象の修正を行っているとしか思えない。
だとしたら、タイムリープじゃ、マユリは救えないっていうことになる。何をしたって修正されちゃうんだから。
So what can they do?
Maybe they do need to use D-mails. Those can actually produce a change, and Titer was impressed that he was able...
Huh.
You know, that's what impressed Titer about, like, remembering through the divergence, through the D effect. Maybe through a combination of D-mails and time leaps, they can actually make things happen.
That would be interesting if D-mails were actually the key to fixing things.
There's also the idea of just using one of these time leaps as, like, a planning period. If you need to just take the time, you know, to come up with an idea.
It would get pretty exhausting re-explaining to Makise every time leap.
Okarin's the one who would have to keep doing the planning.
That's
He's the
true.
only one who'd remember any of it.
You're right.
そんなのは認めない。
同意するわ。世界の意思説は非現実的すぎる。私は支持したくない。
I refuse to believe such nonsense, for it is stupid.
Well said.
多世界解釈ならどうだ。マユリが死なない可能性を観測できれば解決だ。
多世界解釈か。マユリの死に方がいつも違うっていうのは関係あるのかな。
Does this mean you just keep retrying until you get to a world line where she doesn't die?
This is like what happened on that scene in Primordial Earth with Mayuri and Okarin, and the comment that Marcelo Bello gave a couple episodes ago. Doesn't it seem like there's something not right about that? All I have to do is observe the world line or the universe where Mayuri doesn't die? What about all the other ones? Like, isn't that also...
A kind of running away? A kind of giving up?
No, more the opposite. Like, too stubborn? What I mean is, I'm not telling him to do anything different. It just struck me that that's really selfish. It's wrecking all these other worlds in your wake to come up with the one that turns out the way you want it to.
I see what you're saying. Completely callous to all the other worlds.
How many Mayushis are you just running away from her death? How many times are you sentencing your friends to... I shouldn't think about that anymore, but...
でも、重ね合わせ状態になっているいくつもの可能性世界は相互観測が不可能なのに、あんたはどうして観測できてるの？
reading Steiner.
Whatever that is.
それはこの俺の特殊能力であるリーディングシュタイナーが。
But what is that? And where did it come from?
Oh.
I mean, we have some guesses, but how are you supposed to explain that to other people? But it's demonstrably true.
Yeah.
ダメだこいつ。早くなんとかしないと。
他に説明のしようがない。
特殊能力ってあんたね。もしかしてそれ本気で言ってたのか？
Are you really gonna not believe this after everything? This is what you don't believe?
What an interesting way of looking at it.
I mean, come on! You're talking to a man who time leaped.
But she's the one who made the time leap machine.
ふざけているつもりはないぞ。
Our D-mail experiments proved that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess. This has been proven by our previous D-mail experiments. I don't know why, but it is.
特殊能力だかなんだか知らないけど、そんな不確定的なものを頼る気にはなれない。だいたいどの可能性を観測するかを制御しようがないんだから、多世界解釈だろうがなんだろうが、マユリが死なない可能性に至るのは無理よ。
待て、これでは話が進まないではないか。解釈の話はいいから、俺たちにできることを考えるべきだ。
I just don't see any way of doing it other than D-mails or physical time travel. That's kind of been proven.
Yeah.
タイムリープじゃ結果は変えられない。さっきそう言った。
じゃあどうするんだ？
落ち着け。
落ち着いていられるか？俺が一体何度マユリの死を目の当たりにしたと思ってるんだ。
That's all the more reason to calm down, or you're never gonna think of anything.
あいつが無残に血を流して生き絶えていくのを俺は目の前で何度も見ていたんだ。何度も。
Jeez. At least for everyone else, if a loved one that they are very close to dies, they only have to go through it once.
見ていることしかできなかったんだ。
It's like being trapped in a room watching a videotape of your mother getting murdered for 24 hours straight.
I guess he's been so frantically trying to fix it, he hasn't really had time to process it.
Oh, yeah.
And so maybe he should just spend one of these time leaps freaking out to get it out of his system.
感情に身を任せてたって何も解決しない。
当事者じゃないからそんなに冷静でいられるんだろう。
そうね。私には5時間後のことはわからない。正直なところ、実感が湧かない。でも、あんたの言ってることを信じてないわけじゃない。岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
悪かった。
She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I do think you're right, though, that he does need to try and process all of this at least once. It'll make it a little better.
Yeah.
I need to calm down. Calm down.
そもそも原因が違うのに必ず同じ結果に至るというのが解せない。因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
Causality itself is broken? Maybe because you've been goofing around with time travel?
Well, isn't it more like what Titer said about attractor fields? If you can't get a hold of John Titer, you can never find any of this stuff out. But what about... I mean, I don't even know if the Time Leap machine can even still send a D-mail. But what about D-mailing Okarin to talk to Titer about more specific details?
Like reminding him that, hey, you're supposed to contact Titer every time you do a world line shift, because that's what he told you to do?
Yeah, or like take him seriously, because he can do all that in 36 bytes.
That's true.
That was sarcasm. He wouldn't know about the changes, but he could just ask Makise Kurisu, just like he's doing right now.
マユリの死の原因は桐生萌香が発砲するじゃなくて、もっとマクロなことなんじゃない？
Huh.
Yeah, there's no reason to think that the first thing you saw is the way it's supposed to be, TM, right?
That's true. That's true.
タイムマシンを作ったことか、あるいはセルンにハッキングしたことがバレたことあたりね。
I'd say yes to A, not really yes to B at all.
その結果としてマユリが死ぬ。そう考えるなら、因果は歪んでないって言える。
So, causality itself is against Okarin because it doesn't want the existence of a time machine, so it's attacking him in the most efficient way to encourage him to not complete the time machine?
I don't think so.
That's kind of how I took it.
We've already been told by John Titer about attractor fields and how that works. Mm-hmm. Nothing else has changed. It's just, regardless of the fact that Kurisu is calling it causality, she doesn't know about the way that attractor fields work. Nothing has changed. It's just an expression of what we already know, but information that hasn't been disseminated.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But what she's saying is, since the cause isn't being shot and killed by Moeka, the cause is they were working on a time machine, so as long as they're doing that...
So basically they never should have made the time machine to begin with.
Well, if that's the cause.
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるのもそれで説明できるのか。
Well, kind of, yeah, it could.
あ、そっか。
Though I don't really think that what you said about causality willing her dead because they're making a time machine and Mr. Causality Q Public III doesn't want that to happen is maybe a little extreme. It does lead into the fact that the more you talk about stuff like this, the more it sounds like they're implying the existence of a will.
でも、因果律は絶対のルールなのよ。それを否定したら、すべての物理学も否定されてしまう。だから、必ずマユリが死ぬのには原因がある。
Then again, the name of the chapter is Metaphysics Necrosis. Not physics necrosis, but metaphysics necrosis.
その原因さえわかるなら、なんとかなるかも。
Well, next she'll die of a heart attack once they've solved this problem.
Such a pessimist.
そうでもない。
どういうことだ？
その原因となる出来事がいつ起こったというのが問題になってくる。あまり時間が経っているようだと対処できないわ。
That's true, because if Okarin doesn't have a phone when the cause happened, then they can't leap to that point.
I was just thinking about the scene, like the flashback with her at the graveyard. I wonder if it has anything to do with that. How awful if it did.
Wow.
タイムリープマシンがあるから、携帯電話を持っている時代の範囲内ならどこへでも戻れるはずだろう。
Once. You can't do it twice. And not unless you really limit it to today or maybe yesterday.
戻れない。予測だけど、タイムリープマシンは一度に最長で48時間しか跳躍できないと思う。
Ah, fair enough. And that way they actually just straight up limit
Okay, I
the
can
way
accept that.
Yeah, exactly. 48 hours. I can only go back 2 days?
なぜ今さらそんなことを？
Huh. Again, I point at that prediction that I made like a couple episodes in, where either Kurisu dies or Mayuri dies. One or the other, and there is no way around that.
Like Maki-say not getting killed at the beginning is the cause that led to all these events that eventually led to Mayuri's death?
Maybe. I'm not asserting anything. I am just reminded of the prediction that I made in the first few episodes, because I was like, timey-wimey story with 2 female leads, and it starts with one of them getting killed. And the other is an airy girl that Billy is even wondering if she's actually present or not. And thus it makes me say...
今さらってタイムリープマシンが完成したのはついさっきじゃない。
Yeah, we didn't even have a discussion!
Oh, I guess you have a good point there.
5時間後のお前も言わなかった。
Well, that's not this one's fault! You can't blame her in the future in your past! Do you even understand how complicated that is?
あ、そういうことか。言い出すタイミングがなかったのかも。
Don't make excuses for yourself in your future of his past! Or his
48時間しか
or
飛べない
his
理由は
past and your... I don't know.
Maybe because the phone wave can only be active for so long before the data decompresses, so it can only go back so far. Because remember, the amount of time you set on the phone wave is what determines how far the D-mail goes back in time. Right?
Hey, there may be something to that.
I guess there's just so much that we don't really understand about the process in general, but I'm sure she's going to tell us.
わからない。私もマシンのすべての原理や構造を理解して作ったわけじゃないから。
Or not.
連続での跳躍は可能よ。タイムリープマシンが存在している限りね。例えば、10年後までタイムリープマシンが壊れずに残っていたのなら、10年の時間を遡ってくることはできる。
Oh, gonna try the whole do something, like plan something, work on something for 5 years, then go back to take care of it? Yeah, I've seen that story before too.
単純計算で1825回タイムリープする必要があるからかなりのリスクになりそうだけど、とにかく理論上は可能なの。
Oh my god, that's a lot of brain hole poking.
だったら何も問題は。
Oh, 10 years, is it? What an awfully specific, arbitrary number, come to think of it.
But the time leap machine didn't exist 10 years ago from now.
Well, yeah, but you couldn't do it in 1825 jumps. You'd have to do it in 1 jump. And if you can just send it to a regular telephone instead of a cell phone, so, you know, you spend your time working on that, and then Okarin time leaps back to his 8-year-old self, who becomes a Chunin and kills Maki-sei Kurisu and Kiryu Moeka, and then grows wings and flies to the moon. That's what's gonna happen.
You heard it here first, folks.
And once only.
大あり。言ったでしょ？タイムリープマシンが存在している限りって。あのマシンはいつ完成した？
あ、
そう。 2010年8月13日の午後2時ぐらい。それ以前には存在していない。
Until the technology changes, the hard limit is 2 days before now.
マシンを使うのは今日の2時以降じゃないと不可能なのよ。
つまり過去方向へは
Count 48 hours back. 1, 2,
8月11
3.
日の14時までしか行けないと。
おそらく
This is all still theoretical.
改良できないのか？
将来的にできるかもしれないけど、今のこの状況じゃ無理。もっときちんとした設備のあるところでお金をたくさん使ってきちんとしたパーツを使えばなんとかなるかもしれないけど、
Quite a lot of money would be necessary.
それをやろうとしてもどうせセルンに潰されると思う。未来の私かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていないという回で証明終了かな。
So basically,
結局何もできないということではないか。タイムリープマシンがあっても5時間後にマユリがセルに殺される運命は結局避けられないのかよ。
No, calm down, Okarin. She's just establishing the limits you need to work within your plan.
at that moment, I hear a clatter from outside. That's when I realized just how foolish I was being. No punctuation. What was I thinking? Getting so worked up. God knows who could be listening to us. I dash outside in a panic to see Suzuha, of all people.
おい！
I tried to get her attention, but mysteriously, she ran off without so much as a look in my direction.
あいつ
She is acting strange.
It is not the first time he has commented on this. It is not the last time he will comment on this. It's not the first time we've commented on this, and it's certainly not the last time we will comment on this.
Instinct, and nothing else, tells me that she knows something. My gut tells me so.
And this time I might actually listen to it.
Furthermore, these two jokers on the other side of the screen have been screaming at me about it.
ちょっとどこ行くの？
I'll explain in a parallel world! There's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. This has to mean something. I can feel it. Suzuha is already out of sight.
She's very athletic and I am very not.
She must have been headed towards Chuodori. I wonder if her phone's on. Would she even answer at a time like this?
Yeah, it's like... Hold on, I'm fleeing from Okarin because I don't want to talk to him. Ooh, a phone call. Yes?
Especially when you look at it and see who it's from. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word. Just an email saying bye. I couldn't find Suzuha no matter how hard I searched, so I sent a D-mail to change the past so she would stay. Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? I search up and down Chuodori, Main Street, essentially, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. Bike too, huh? I have to be careful. There could already be rounders here in Akiba.
Presumably that's what the clatter was, her dropping her bike.
Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap, press her for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I start walking away from the station, but just then... the people around me were right in front of Radikan. I saw it on the sign in the back.
I see.
The people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky! That's why I mentioned that.
At the missing satellite, eh?
So I turn and look up too. What? Is someone inside? Are they shooting freaky alien hypno light rays?
Now she's about to leave.
Is that even operable? For that matter, what's it supposed to do? And if it is, who can operate it?
Who indeed?
天音鈴葉それとも桐生萌香か
Unlike my previous time leaps, this time Suzuha overheard my conversation with Kurisu and ran off. Huh. She hears about me doing time leaps and runs away and hops in a strange machine. That's something different. Suddenly, the satellite starts to move? Suzuha must be up there! What is she trying to do? What is that satellite? How is it related to John Titor? Am I finally going to find this stuff out? Because that would sure be nice. Could that be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuha does something.
Suzuha!
Okabe Rintarou.
Nice cockpit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The interior of the satellite was far more simple than I'd expected. The only things that really caught my eye were the pilot seat and the monitors affixed to its arms. Looks pretty awesome, really. The monitors displayed numbers in a large font that I could read from where I stood. The upper monitor reads 2010, August 13th, and the lower monitor, 1975, August 13th.
45 years?
Well, wasn't that the time that the original Titor went to obtain the IBM 5100? Then was talking about it in 2000?
I don't remember, but
I'm pretty
I think
sure.
you might be right.
I'm pretty sure that was. Joan Titor indeed. Suzuha sits in the seat and types away at the keyboard with a practiced hand. You want to hop in, Okabe?
何をしている
動かない
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
動かし方を知っているのか
動かないよ
Okay. In the very first world line, she just landed on the roof.
Correct.
Then in the next world line, she somehow slammed it into the
side
building.
of Radicon, yeah.
Yeah, so something changed.
And we know it was working before because previously she vanished with it after not meeting her father.
Ah, that's true too.
But now it's not.
Ah, I can't make sense out of that one. I mean, I probably could if I sat here for 15 minutes. Set of possibilities, anyway.
答えろ天音鈴葉
I swallow hard, then ask the question.
これはタイムマシンだなお前はタイムトラベラーなのか
私がジョン・タイターだ
Hooray!
Validation!
There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station.
Also, I'm rather confused by the complete lack of any sort of guard on this. Wasn't the government investigating this?
That is a really good point.
Did Suzuha, like, Metal Gear them and, like, stuff them in a locker somewhere?
Hey, if you stuff them in the locker unconscious, they'll never wake up. Highly realistic. Okay, now time leap and talk to her about this.
For the love of
お前が
God.
ジョン・タイターとはどういうことだ
そのまんまの意味だよアットチャンネルに書き込んでたジョン・タイターはさ私なの
男だと思っていた
まんまと騙された カムフラージュの意味もあるんだよね。
Here we were thinking he might have been Nakabachi.
Hey!
Other than the fact that, you know, we've been accusing her of being Joan Titer for a long time now.
Hey?
何から隠れようとしていた？
セルン。
Who do you...
ジョン・タイターとして書き込んだことはもしかして。
Who do you think she's hiding from if she's John Titor, the rebel who fights against CERN?
The Japanese government.
そう。一部を除いて、ほとんどが事実。
It's those exceptions that bother me. We need details. Like, lots and lots of details. For goodness sake. Unless... We don't know what she knows, and I doubt she's going to tell us everything. But wouldn't you expect Okarin to want to cooperate with her?
I would imagine so, yes.
Now, there may be reasons that she can't accept all of that. Makise Kurisu, Makise Kurisu, Makise Kurisu, but...
I feel like you're trying to tell me something.
I am, no, not really.
お前は2036年
Where there are no bicycles,
あの
but
人
there
工衛
are
星
motorbikes.
いやタイムマシンに乗って。
本当は正体明かさないままでいようと思ったんだけどさ。よりによってマシンが故障してるなんて。
You say that, but you've been acting really suspicious.
She doesn't know how to not act suspicious. She acts like a country bumpkin rebel soldier from 2036.
Oh, well, there you go.
完全に私の失策だ。
I don't know if you did or not.
だがタイターのタイムマシンはシボルエに積まれていたはず。
Yeah, see, that was one of those lies, because come on.
シボルエ車だっけ。それどこからの情報？
So she didn't post on @chan several D-mails before?
Did the new Titor post about a Chevy?
No, the new Titer never did. That was the original Titer that Okabe knew.
Yeah.
You're right.
2000年に現れたタイターが自分でそう言った。
2000年？
Well, John Titor's a code name that all time travelers use.
Maybe it is. 2000? You know, just like I pointed out the first time they were talking about this, like when we found out that Okabe was sick 10 years ago. The game takes place in 2010. 10 years ago was 2000. Okarin might need to hop on back and start talking about Chevys.
それもしかすると別の世界線の私かもね。
I've been really wondering how that works, time traveling and world lines, since she came from 2010, or
2036.
we'll try that again. Since she came back to 2010 from 2036, what 2010 does she appear in? I was wondering if it might not actually be the same every time, because, like, the same Suzuha arrives every time.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Never mind! I'm about to start, like, tying a rubber band up into a knot and then shooting it up my nose and lighting it on fire, so...
少なくとも私は2000年には行ってない。2036年からまっすぐここに来た。
So it was someone else? Like me, maybe? It's true that Titer never posted in 2000, not on the current world line. The world line in which Titer posted in 2000 is the one where Mayuri did not die. How is that not significant? I realize that it hadn't gotten to that yet, but...
Don't worry, we're clearly at the part of the game where we're finally getting answers.
That just seems extremely important.
お前は何を知っている？さっき俺とクリスの話を聞いていたな。なぜあんなに慌ててタイムマシンに向かった？お前は何をしようとしたんだ？
Why would people here not cooperate with you? The ones who are being targeted by CERN?
Yeah!
私のせいかと思って。
Well, it's possible that it is, but in any case...
何？
私がここでのんびりしてたせいでセルンの好きにさせちゃったんだ。
Because without Makise, he can't make the time machine.
ねえ、本当なの？椎名真由里があと数時間後にセルンに殺されるって本当？
事実だ。俺は5時間後からタイムリープしてきた。
Well, more like 3.5 hours at this point, but...
タイムリープ？
Yeah, right? It's gonna be 5 hours ago forever. Time is at a standstill.
君たちのタイムマシン完成したんだ。
それより答えろ。お前の生とはどういうことなんだ？
全部話すよ。私のこと。
All right, we're done. I'm sure in 3 more lines she's gonna die.
Oh no!